Celebrity Breakfast, presented by Safety Market, featuring award-winning columnist and author Ian O'Connor. My name is Tristan Lee, and I'm so excited to be here today to help host this year's Celebrity Breakfast. Before we begin, I want to thank you all of you for taking the time to be here to support Wakeman Boys and Girls Club. Your generosity helps thousands of kids like me to have a fun place to play and just be kids. If you haven't done so already, you can make a donation by filling out an envelope and handing it to a Wakeman volunteer on your way out of the theater or in the lobby. Let's take a moment to thank our very generous event sponsors for helping to make this day a success. Presenting sponsor, Safety Marketing. Podium sponsor, Fairfield Youth Lacrosse. Book sponsors, Michael Smith Architects, Rhino Lacrosse and Game Breaker Lacrosse Camps. Fairfield Youth Football. Our host, Fairfield University. And finally, thank you to Armen Keteyan for his support of this event each year. And of course, to our guest speaker, Ian O'Connor. Before we hear from Mr. O'Connor and Mr. Keteyan, I'd like to share my Wakeman story with you. I'm a 6th grader at Roger Ludlow Middle School. Before I started to come to Wakeman, I lived in Bridgeport. I didn't think that I would be staying around the Southport Clubhouse that long. I was shy and I wasn't sure if I wanted to come here because I didn't know anyone. Then one day, my stepdad said, "Hey, maybe you should go try out Wakeman. It's a great place to be." He came to Wakeman when he was a kid, so he knew I'd love it. I didn't really believe him, but when he actually started coming here, I felt happy on the inside. Being at this club makes me feel protected from the outside world and from life. I know when I'm at Wakeman, I didn't have to go anywhere. All the fun I could possibly have is in one special place. The kids are creative, fun, happy, and crazy. The staffs are even more fun. They are people I can look up to, and they're the best counselors I could ever ask for. The things I learned at Wakeman are how to have fun, because it's important to be yourself. I also learned how to deal with sad people and dark times. When I was going through a dark time, the only people who would ask me how it was were 3 of my friends from the club. That made me feel safe and relaxed on the inside, knowing that there will always be someone here asking how I'm feeling. I want to comfort people and make them feel better. You never know what someone is going through until you ask. And at Wakeman, I want to help others. The club is special to me because I learned stuff that I would never learn in other places. The games are fun and they have everything I could ever ask for. If Wakeman didn't exist, I wouldn't have the good friends I have now, because my best friends are from here. We don't go to the same school, but we do go to the same club, and that makes us family. Wakeman makes me feel confident and reminds me that things aren't so quite dark anymore. And that is what this is all about, making kids happy. Thank you for listening. I would now like to introduce Wakeman member Adynne.
Hello. My name is Adynne Rodriguez. I'm 10 years old and I'm a proud member of Wakeman Boys and Girls Club, Smilow-Burroughs Clubhouse. I moved here from New York City and I started out in Bridgeport as a shy person. I was excited to learn more about another place because I've never left New York, but I didn't know anyone in this new city and none of my old friends were close to my new home. I moved here right before school started and I knew big changes were coming. My new neighbor introduced me to the clubhouse so I would have a place to go after school, and I'm glad she did. It is my first year at the clubhouse and so far I really like it because of how much fun it is there. I can have a great time there because of all the things I can do after school. In the gym, we can play anything as long as we don't take our shoes off. In the game room, we can have fun and play games like pool or just dance or sit and talk with friends and just get to be kids. My favorite room upstairs is art class because I can draw and make paper airplanes. The staff there make me be more creative as a person. I feel like I can express myself through my projects and my words. Beyond the regular day-to-day of after-school program, I also like the extra club that they have at the Wakeman. In just a few short months, I am already part of a bunch of activities. I am part of book club, tennis, and STEM mentoring with staff member James. We get snacks after school, and I like that they think of everything to make us happy. I really like how Wakeman picks kids up from after school every day so that our parents don't have to leave work. Wakeman Walkers is great. There are great staff there who are helpful people. Talking about help, our staff help us with our homework and they explain our assignments to us rather than just giving us the answers, so it becomes easier for me to understand. The staff treat all of the kids equally and do a really good job of being fair. I've noticed that if I share out that another kid is sad or hurt, the staff will get on it right away and help them out. A few weeks ago, I went to my first Wakeman assembly. They host the Wakeman Awards, and I was shocked that I was one of the winners and was chosen as a member of the month. It's cool to see that even I can make an impact at the clubhouse. As I think back on my first few days at the clubhouse, I think of my first new friend. Vaquero came up to me and asked me if I was new and offered to show me around. She gave me a tour and explained how the club works. After that, we became good friends and her friends became my friends too. We all hanged out whenever we can. When I'm sad and I'm missing my old home, they would cheer me up. And I'm so thankful that I met all of these wonderful new people at Wakeman. Wakeman helps me to be less shy, obviously, if I can speak in front of all of you. And Wakeman helps me love my new home. Thank you for being part of Wakeman and helping all the kids there just like me.
Thank you, Adynne. And now please join me in welcoming Teen Mentor Mary to the stage.
Hi everyone, thank you all so much for being here. Before I begin, I wanted to tell you all that my mentee, Jordan, gave me one piece of advice for this speech: don't cry. So I'm going to ask all of you to hold me accountable to her while I am up here. My name is Mary Ingram. I'm a senior at Fairfield Ludlow High School, and I would like to say that I'm a senior at McKinley Elementary School as well. I've been working through the Wakeman Boys and Girls Club at McKinley for almost 4 years. In my work, every student I have engaged with, as a mentor or as Coach Mary in my junior staff role, has needed something different from me and has taught me something different about myself. The impact that Wakeman's outreach at McKinley has had on me and what I've learned from it can only be captured in these individual experiences I've had with the students I've worked with. My first mentee, Tim, taught me to be diligent and to look for opportunities for meaningful conversation and advice in the oddest of places, some being over a game of Battleship, multiplication practice, or even in our multiple attempts to build Star Wars spaceships out of Legos. Leah taught me that a person is never too young or inexperienced to think about the world critically, and that a conversation about politics can easily be followed up with a conversation about slime, each holding about equal importance. Gloria taught me that kindness is often quiet, and that small acts of good do not need to be loud to have an impact on another person. Finally, my current mentee, Jordan, in addition to coaching me in stage presence, is teaching me that courage and bravery is not something someone is born with, it is something that someone develops after trying and being okay with success or failure as a result of those efforts. Every mentee and every student I have worked with has required me to look into myself and examine what advice and experiences I can use to help them. I could have never anticipated as a high school freshman that what I initially perceived to be nothing but a volunteer opportunity could become such an integral part of my life. This is what makes Wakeman's outreach at McKinley so unique. It takes timid high schoolers who feel that they have barely dipped their toe into the real world and turns them into fearless advocates for the students they work with. There's no magic formula that Wakeman holds that creates these bonds between mentors and mentees or staff members and students. They just know that real change comes from strong relationships and a mutual trust and willingness to learn from one another. I've been lucky enough to be a part of that change for 4 years, and for that I will always be grateful. Thank you all for being here.